I know this is going to come as a shock, but I'm not a doctor.
The news you hear mounting concerns about viruses in Asia, and the two that you hear a lot about in Thailand is dengue fever and now, of course, the coronavirus. Let's go inside and talk about it.
All right, no coronavirus in here, I think. No scary mosquitoes either. As I said in the intro, there's a couple of viruses in Thailand that are a concern. What are they all about? Of course, there are many viruses in the world, and I'm going to talk about two of them in Thailand. One that's been around for a while, and the other one is a pretty hot topic here. Not only is it a hot topic here, but it's a hot topic throughout the world, friends and family, and just people I meet on the street. The subject seems to keep on coming up. So in this video, I'm going to talk about dengue fever and the coronavirus. Luckily, these haven't affected me directly, but I know a couple of people that are very close to me who've had it before I met them, and luckily they're fine, but it was very unpleasant. I know this is going to come as a shock, but I'm not a doctor. So I'm going to be looking down at the iPad a lot. I have some notes written down, and I want to, quote some articles. And speaking of articles, all the articles that I mention and sources that I talk about in this video will be down below. So let's talk about dengue fever. Like I said in the beginning, I've been lucky. I never had dengue before, but I need to be careful because mosquitoes like me. And with that being said, many sources and the CDC agree that the way that dengue fever is spread is through a mosquito bite. According to WebMD, mosquitoes become infected when they bite a person infected with the virus. Infected mosquitoes can then spread the virus to another person through bites. Dengue cannot be spread directly from person to person. As for Thailand, according to the ECDC, Thailand reported 86,418 cases in 2019. The highest concentration of cases were in Chiang Mai and Udon Ratchathani. The reason I'm giving 2019 numbers is that it's late January 2020 right now, and rainy season starts May, June. So, of course, with rainy season, there will be more mosquitoes and more chances of getting the virus. According to the Tiger.com article, 2019 dengue cases soar as Thailand enters monsoon season. The article says that most patients are children ages 5 to 15 years old, but adults are at risk too. The reason why kids are at risk is because kids are a little more careless and are not as cautious and stuff, so they're more susceptible to getting, bit by a mosquito. So if you have kids, it's really important to inform them of the dangers of dengue and mosquitoes and make sure that they're protected. According to WebMD, some of the symptoms are sudden high fever, severe headaches, pain behind the eyes, severe joint and muscle pain, fatigue, nausea, vomiting, skin rash, which appears 2 to 5 days after the onset of fever, mild bleeding such as nosebleeds and bleeding gums, or easily to bruise. As for treatment, WebMD says there's no specific medicine to treat dengue infection. If you think you may have dengue fever, you should use pain relievers with acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, and avoid medicines with aspirin, which could worsen bleeding. Rest, drink plenty of fluids, and see your doctor. If you start to feel worse in the first 24 hours after your fever goes down, you should get to a hospital immediately to be checked for complications. Prevention, according to WebMD, is use mosquito repellents, even indoors. When outdoors, wear long sleeve shirts and long pants tucked into socks. When indoors, use air conditioning if available. Make sure window and door screens are secure and free of holes. If you have symptoms of dengue, speak to your doctor. The next and last thing I'm going to discuss is the much widely covered coronavirus. According to the CDC, 2019 novel coronavirus is a virus, more specifically a coronavirus, identified as the cause of an outbreak of respiratory illness first detected in Wuhan, China. Early on, many of the patients in the outbreak in Wuhan, China reportedly had some link to large seafood or animal market, suggesting animal to person spread. However, a growing number of patients reportedly have not had exposure to animal markets, indicating person-to-person spread is occurring. At this time, it's unclear how easily or sustainably this virus is spreading between people. Washington Post said as of January 31st, 2020, that there is almost 10,000 confirmed cases of this virus and 213 deaths, all of which have been in China. Many countries outside of China have encountered at least one case of this virus, and as of late January 2020, Thailand has 14 confirmed cases of this virus. Luckily, no deaths. According to the CDC, the coronavirus reported illness have ranged from people being mildly sick to people being severely ill and dying. Symptoms can include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. As for treatment, there is no specific antiviral treatment recommended for it. People infected with coronavirus should receive supportive care to help relieve symptoms. For severe cases, treatment should include care to support vital organ functions. People who think they may have been exposed to the coronavirus should contact your healthcare provider immediately. There's an article on CNET. Some of the preventative measures are CDC's advice for avoiding coronavirus and other respiratory diseases. Wash your hands with soap or use a hand sanitizer that contains alcohol. Sneeze and cough into tissues or the crook of your elbow. Avoid close contact with people who are sick, especially people exhibiting respiratory symptoms and fever. Stay home when you're sick. Regularly and thoroughly clean surfaces such as countertops and doorknobs with disinfectant. I see a lot of people in Thailand wearing like medical masks and face masks, and I think it's a good idea. But in the same article, it says this: Dr. Tom Moorcroft, an pathetic. Okay, I gotta edit that out. Dr. Tom Moorcroft, an osteopathic physician focused on infectious disease, said, extra precautions like wearing medical masks aren't really necessary at this point, unless you have the virus or being investigated for it. All right, as I mentioned, I'm no doctor, but I don't know, I think all the facts aren't in yet. I don't think it's a bad idea to wear a medical mask, especially if you're in some area where there's like a high concentration of people who are from some country where there's a lot of people with the virus. So yeah, so if you're wearing an N95 mask or a medical mask, I don't think it'll hurt. So these are a couple of viruses of concern in Thailand. I hope you or nobody you know have come in contact with them. So in the comments below, please let me know if you come across any viruses like this in Thailand or your country or some other country or anybody that you know. I really hope not. Stuff like this can be really scary, and I can understand why people are afraid, and I get concerned sometimes, but the best medicine to combat this type of stuff is precaution and education. Also comment below, what you think of this video or videos like this. If you want to contact me, click on the Instagram link down below. You can send me a direct message there. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you are subscribed, click that bell, get notifications when videos come out. I also have a bunch of videos in my library. Check them out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And as always, no matter who you are or where you are, peace.